All right, so now that the first two lines are actually stitched all around the star, we've started to reach the edge of our quilt. So I'm going to show you what happens from now on. You can start at the edge, on the edge of your project, and simply align your foot so that it's aligned with the last seam, just like before. It's the same thing, but you start from outside of the quilt and you move your way in. So still you follow the line, you change at every angle, whether it's a seam that you've quilted or the white line that you've drawn. And here you're actually reached the edge, the other end of your quilt. And so basically now what you're going to do is that you are going to work back to the other side. It's important that you always quilt to the right and then quilt to the left and then back to the right, so that you avoid having your quilting shift your quilt to one edge or the other. So it's going to minimize all of the pleats that you have. And so now I'm going to start from the outside, and what I like about this foot again is that it's the same dimension on both sides. So I simply have to align the other edge of the foot, and I can start my quilting. So that's how I'm going to keep on quilting the project. And so it's a good thing to remember when I have a piece of thread aligning at the edge of my quilt. So I know that this is where I've started, so when I'm going to go back, I'm going to cut the thread. So here the thread is cut, which means that I was quilting on out, and now I'm quilting in. And it's a good reference to remember where you're at in your quilting. So even here, I know that I went inward, I went out, and I went back in, which means that I can't start on this end of the quilt. I need to start on the other side, just to make sure that my quilting is going to be nice and smooth.